Good morning, I'm Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 32140 Southwest Cypress Point here in Wilsonville, Oregon. Located on the rooftop of access through a 2-inch roof vent. As you can see here, I advanced the camera out. I was doing a test run as this is a pretty difficult configured line. Wanted to make sure I could get far enough out. As there is a clean out on the exterior, but it's about 12-15 feet away from the front of the home. So that's why we had to start from this point so we could cover that section there. There's no clean out by the foundation. Anyway, here at 87 feet, this is just beyond the clean out in the front yard. I'm kind of doing this a little bit backwards, just because I got far enough out. It took me a while to get to this point. So anyway, right here, it's 4-inch ABS transitioning over to 4-inch concrete pipe. And as you can see, we do have a pretty good sized root intrusion through here. I'm going to go locate this spot. I'll get it marked with some paint. And I'll come back and mention the depth and location. And then here, after we get through the concrete, we'll shut the water off and go back through the ABS portion of the line. It's basically from about where the yard meets the street. Everything from that point back into the home appears to be ABS plastic. And I didn't notice any issues on the way out in that plastic part of the line, but we will get that a good look over on the way back with the water drained out. All right, I went and attempted locating the camera head here, and I was able to tell from first attempting that clean out, it's about 4 feet or so from the into the yard, away from the where the street starts. There's some green paint leading right to it, so it's pretty easy to find. That was about a 12-foot drop. When I ran my camera down into it, it was 12 feet to the bottom. So at this point now, we're about 13, 14 feet deep, most likely, somewhere in that range. And unfortunately, my camera or my locator is not able to pick up a strong signal here. It's very, very weak, and I can't get a pinpoint. So I'm going to reel back here just a little bit. You can get an idea of the distance from the clean out. This is where the clean out's tying in here, that opening. So right around 85 feet, and it's about 2 feet, it appears, beyond that point where the root intrusion is. It's also where it transitions to concrete. So it will be up to the repair guys to figure out where this is exactly, but it's about 2 feet from where the clean out connects to the main waste line, forward from that towards the street. I do recommend a repair here to correct the root intrusion. We're going to keep on going here a little bit, see if there's any more issues with the concrete. Looks like we have a tie-in here at 97 feet out. Not entirely sure if that's a lot of these units are attached together. It's because of condominium. It's possible they do hook together further out into the street. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and reel the camera back. We have pretty much all the water drained out. I have a sink running very lightly just to keep the line lubed up. We're going to try and move that clean out in the front yard and see if we can get further from where we are now. And this tie-in here at around 96 feet, that's something, the way this place is set up is a condo or condominium type neighborhood. It's entirely possible that there's other lines that run out and then attach onto this one. Not necessarily a party line situation. A lot of these condos are set up this way by design, and they are okay to exist that way, but you have to check with the HOA on that one. This I do recommend a repair on. At the very least, Roto-Rooter would, or you could cut the roots out, but it is a temporary fix. In my opinion, your better option is to do a liner. Sleeve wouldn't be ideal here, but doing a pipe liner in this area would seal this joint off nicely. And the nice thing is, once you get past this point, at least as far as we're able to get, the concrete is looking good. Where plastic meets concrete is a very common spot for roots to get through. You can't glue those joints shut. And again, this looking down through that clean out, it's in the front yard, about 4 feet roughly from the street. And it's very obvious. That pipe does not go dead straight down. It does meander a little bit, but it's roughly 2 to 3 feet beyond where the clean out is towards the street, where the root intrusion is covering through. But in this situation, because of the extreme depth of the line, you'd be much better off to do a liner rather than dig a hole that's 13, 14 feet deep for just a single spot repair. Alright, I'm just about to reel the camera out. We are going to move to the clean out in the front yard. All the plastic pipe through the crawl space we were scoping there, the main waste line, out to where the where the ABS transitions to concrete's in good shape. So far, it's just the root intrusion that we have an issue with. I will go move that other clean out in the front yard, get that on camera so the repair guys can see it. Very easy access point for doing a liner in this situation. Alright, we're in the clean out in the front yard area again. It's about 12, 14 feet away from the front of the house. Street's right behind me here. We're going to drop to the bottom of this and zero out the camera counter and then go back to those roots again. Alright, we're out 60 feet from the exterior clean out here. We see two other tie-ins at this point. So it does appear that multiple units do tie onto this line once we get out there. So I'm going to go ahead and start reeling back. I would recommend checking with the HOA to see if they maintain any portion of the line. That's generally the case when you've got multiple units hooked together like this. At least that's how it appears. I don't see why you'd have rain drain systems hooking on like that. So. This is the first tie-in. There's another one right around 40 or 50 feet out.
Yeah.
Then we have a tie-in here at the top. I don't see any obvious cleanouts or anything out beyond where I'm at, but there's some other type of tie-in there. It does appear to transition here to a larger diameter. It looks like possibly 6-inch concrete there as it hits about the street area. So my one and only recommendation here, I would recommend a repair here. Liner would be ideal as it would not require any activation. It's a very deep sewer line. And get that taken care of. It would be in good shape. The rest of the line on either side of this root intrusion is in good shape and is functioning properly at this time. So once the roots are taken care of, it's going to be a nicely functioning sewer line. I'm going to go ahead and reel the camera out. And again, I'm unable to locate that root intrusion. If they do a sleeve, it's not going to require locates.